Hey everyone, Rami here, and today we'll be talking about the font and the alignment sections. If you're coming from Microsoft Word or PowerPoint, this should be fairly simple. So let's get going. If I start by typing the word hello, I can come here to the font and I can change it to Arial Black. I can change the font size if I wanted. I can also reduce my font size or increase it through these two letters here. I can make my text bold. I can make it italic. I can make it double underline or single underline by going through this drop down. You can also change the fill color, and you've got a different variety of colors here. You can also go to more colors and kind of play around with these colors if you want something in particular. You can do the same with the text color, and this is fairly simple. Now, with the borders and margins, that is where things kind of get more intermediate, because I can here select like all borders. You can select the top border or the bottom border, left border. So if I do left border, it will just put a left border on my selection. If you wanted something more customized, I can select this and I can go onto more borders. And here you will get this view where you have different line widths and different line styles. I can start selecting the line style that I want and then the location of where I want it. So I'm just selecting here and here. And then I'm going to get a solid line and I'll put one on the top, one at the bottom. And now I can do a dashed line maybe in the middle and a dotted line in the horizontal center. You can also go through the longer dashed lines, and I can do like hexes or like hashes onto my cells. And you'll see that here it reflects what you've done. And this is more customized if you wanted something in particular. But then you can also do line drawing. And how this works is you select your line color. Let's say I wanted an orange line color and I want a line style that is maybe thick, and I can start drawing my margins like this. So these are my borders. I can also go and change midway my style, and I can start doing a different border. Now, you won't really use this much in real life, but it's good to know that this is an option that you can use. Now, let's go through the alignment section. So to do the alignment, I'm going to start by increasing the row height just so that we can see the different alignment methods. I'm going to increase my row and I'm going to increase my column, and I'm going to start by typing a default text. I'm going to say hello world again. So here you can see this is aligned at the bottom left corner. I can make this at the center by going through here. I can make it at the top. I can make it at the center horizontally or to the right horizontally. And normally you would want to do this if you want it to look better, as in central, or you would want it on the left. Now you've got also the indentation. So you can see here that the text is kind of stuck to the left. Now I can add an indentation to kind of give that room for visibility. You can also use indentation to clarify subtext. So if I had this called categories maybe, and I had here crisps, savory, desserts, and I wanted to show that these are subcategories, I can just add 3 indentations here so that it looks more as subcategories to this. Now you can also do the alignment, and what we use the alignment for is, let's say I have here sales units, and here I've got 10, 12, 20, and for the units I've got 1, 2, and 4. Now these here, if I wanted to actually put the column width to the size of the values, you'll see that the column names kind of are squished and cut off. If I were to change the alignment, I can change the alignment to be clockwise so that you can see it like this, or I can make it vertical so you can see it like this. If I were to expand this a bit, you can see it like this, or we can do it like this, which is my favorite, to be fair, because it's kind of sticking to the row size and it's not taking over other columns. The width of the columns good with the values, so it's not taking too much room, and at the same time it's giving you the values that you need. Now I can also use wrap text. What does wrap text do is, if I had a very a very long sentence that is overflowing from my column, and I don't like that. So if I had something else here, let's say another sentence, you'll see that this is now cut off. And if I wanted to see this, I would have to either expand this all the way so that it fits, or let's say this is the maximum column width that I can afford, and I don't want it to go above that because visibility will then be harmed. I can then go to wrap text, which will then expand my row so that I've got my text all in my cell, and it expands my row height rather than expanding my column height. Now, we also have merge and center, and what merge and center will do is if I had here, let's say properties, and here there's houses, flats, and bungalows. Am I write bungalows right? I strongly doubt it, but let's try this. So properties, this will, when I merge and center, this will make the 3 cells one cell so that I can use them as if it's one cell. And Excel will actually treat this as one cell, Q8. So you'll see here, it's not saying Q8 to S8, it's just Q8. And you can do the same things that we did with normal cells on this as if it was one cell. So I can now align this in the center horizontally, the left, right, and everything the same like we did before. So you can use merging and center in different ways, but what you should know is that if you had this and you unmerge, it will take it back to the left. And if you had 3 values and you try to merge this, it will only keep the leftmost value. So if I do merge, houses will remain and the rest will be erased. And if I unmerge, they won't come back. It's just going to be houses. So be careful because you don't want to lose any data. And that's it for today's lesson. I hope you've learned something today, and stay tuned for the next lessons.